don't really know that I think we'll probably use the suction. Okay, so remember, let's say the suction's off. You got to put your finger over it, and don't just do this. Hold your finger over there, see where it's at, and set it. Well, with the NG tube, we use low intermittent. We're not going to use intermittent suction. We don't want that thing to quit suctioning when we're halfway done, so we're going to leave it on regular, and I'm going to put it up into medium type suction, like in the about in the orange range. Okay. Normally that'll work. If you've got something that's really thick and viscous, you may have to go to more. Okay. So again, I'm going to leave the suction tubing where I can get to it. I'm going to raise the patient up to my working height. Oh crap. You can hit pause for a second. We have a similar situation. We're going to have to this guy should have a bandage underneath there. The bandage is kind of around, and I'll show you the bandage. I can't really get my hand in. Those are small. That's close enough.
There's more over here.
I'm going to just reach from the bottom down here, because it'll be a 4x4. And just grab it, wad it up in my glove like you normally do, and then pull it off and throw it in the trash. Okay? And then he'll look like that when you get ready to get started. Once you've done that, that's pulling the old dressing off. Then we have to open stuff.
It's not a very good angle for this.
So this is actually, you should have a tray in there that says trach care or trach cleaning or something like that. And this is actually your suction catheter. Now both of these have sterile gloves in them. Again, just pull one out, and I'm going to try to make these gloves work for me. You just want to put one glove on. And those gloves are torn. See that? I don't know if I tore it pulling it out, but I would throw that away. But I'm not. But I'm just telling you that normally you would. You're going to have to maintain a sterile field, and this is going to be your sterile field, which would be another reason to throw this pair of gloves away. Again, my deal is I try to get my thumb in. If I can get my thumb in, I can make everything else work. So I really focus on the thumb. Another pair here, I'm not even going to fool with it. Okay, this is something that you have to be really careful with, okay? Remember, we're sterile inside the container. The part there where the adhesive has been is not sterile. So when you reach into the container, you have to reach in straight and pull stuff out, okay? You can't just sideways or anything. If you touch any of that, you're not sterile. So now I got to reach in and get all this stuff out. There's different ways you can do it. I try to be really careful and pull straight up. Okay? Set that on my sterile field. Set this on my sterile field. And I just pile it all up until I get my other glove on. Okay. You're going to have, and I shouldn't have reached across there, okay, so I messed up there. So you're going to actually, let me do it the right way. I'll come over here, saline, you're going to have a kind of a couple of cleansing trays and a rinsing, okay? So I'm going to, and once you start to pour, you just pour. So I'm going to make this one 50-50, this one all straight saline. So I'm just going to pour until it's about half full, and then pour this until it's as full as I want to be. And then I set it down, okay? Then I've got the other two. So I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to make this one, this was my 50-50, so I'm going to finish filling it up and then move it over here, and I'm going to fill that one all the way up with peroxide. So it's the peroxide and sterile saline. Okay, now I'm ready to put my glove on, other glove. All right, and now I can make my sterile field, arrange it however I want. You've got two different kind of 4x4s here. Remember I told you that the one goes around the wound, this actually goes around the trach, underneath the trach collar there. So I just kind of spread things out. You can use this drape if you want, shiny side down. Remember to open it well away from you, and you can just place it there if you want. Okay, this I'll get to later. This is my tie. These are pipe cleaners that you can use to actually clean the trach, the inside of the tubing. Okay, and you can straighten them out because you or do whatever you want to with them. I straighten them out. Actually, I don't really even use these, but I'm going to put them there anyway. We have Q-tips, and we have a brush. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take the trach out. Okay, technically, realistically, we're kind of sterile, kind of sorta. We're sterile. Okay, this particular, some of these trach collars, they twist. They'll twist. You'll feel them like they just click into place. They'll click out of place. You pull it out. This one has little butterfly deals on it. Okay, so you can actually reach and grab it. You may have to secure it here. Mash these deals in, and it pulls out. Okay, so I made this one my pure peroxide. Okay, so I'm just going to set that in there like that. Now I've got my brush, and I've got my trash can. I clean over the trash can. Okay, so I'm going to reach in with my peroxide. Hopefully I've got some in there. You can dip your brush in there if you want to, and push it through. And all kind of snot and everything's going to come through there. Okay? And I clean that over the trash can. I want that stuff to go down there. I might still have some in there, so I can put it back in my peroxide. Let the tube get full. Hold it over my trash can. Clean it again. Okay? And also, you've got the outside that you can clean. Okay? You can dip your brush in there if you need to. Now this has got germs, but it has cooties, but it's his cooties, so we're not introducing anything new. Okay? It was already there. So technically we're still sterile at this point. Okay? We're not introducing anything new. Then if I wanted to, I can kind of put it in my 50-50, kind of clean it some more on the outside, and then when I'm done cleaning it, I'm going to let it soak. I'm going to get all that peroxide off of there. So I'm just going to try to soak it, get it nice and rinsed, okay, and just kind of tap it. You want it to be kind of dry because we don't want water dripping down this airway, right? But you also don't want to dry it with that because it'll put fibers on here that'll get down in there and irritate. So once you're done with this brush, you can lay it down if you want, whatever you want to do with it. I'm done with it. So now I'm ready to put this back in, okay? So it kind of goes in like this, kind of curved. I always start it to the side a little bit, get it started just because I have more room to work, and then just kind of twist it in place, and then it'll snap. Hear it? Snap. Okay, so now it's time to clean around the stoma, the actual hole. Okay? So you've got your 50-50 here. it's not as harsh on the skin. You can wet your Q-tip. And this guy here, it's hard because of the way they're bent, we're going to give you some leeway because you can't ask him to turn his head back. But you want to clean around the stoma, so you go up under the collar, clean from the stoma out. Remember, we always clean from wound edges away. So clean away, rotate your Q-tip a little bit, clean away, then you can throw that in the trash, grab your next Q-tip, wet it, and just repeat that all the way around the wound.
So now you have one sterile hand and one unsterile.
Technically, that's right, and we're good, we're okay with that. Because we actually I messed up. Let me start over. When you got to put these together, you got to make sure that you don't contaminate your good hand. Okay? If you see the hole on the end, that's where you would occlude to get suction to come through these holes down here. Okay? You could test it if you wanted to, put it in your fluid and make sure that it suctions okay. I can actually hear it suctioning through. So I've got my thumb off, and again, you've got 10 seconds to get this in there. So you want to, and back out. So you put it in, bottomed out. Okay, so now we're going to let him rest. And I should have had him hyperoxygenate before. I forgot to do that. Okay, he's rested a minute or two. I need to do it again. I'm not confident that I got it clean enough. So I'm going to say, okay, sir, take some deep breaths for me. He's going to take some deep breaths. I'm looking at his SpO2 meter because he's on a cardiac monitor. It says 96%. We're good. Okay, so make sure that when you're verbalizing all this, the SpO2 meter says at least 95 versus 96. So we're going to do it again. I keep my thumb off of here. Push it in again. It bottomed out. Pick it up a little bit. Okay, well, we're going to do it one more time. So I'm going to let him rest a minute or two. When he starts breathing normally again, I'm going to look at my SpO2 meter. It says 97%. I'm still going to ask him to take a few deep breaths. Let's just get him as good as we can get him, okay? So he's going to take a few deep breaths. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Okay? That looks pretty good. I didn't get anything out. So we're good to go. And he's at 98% now. So you can just set this aside for now, okay? You still got one sterile hand that we're dealing with. So now we're going to pull this out. Okay? And we're going to lay this in our peroxide. And I've got a sterile hand here, so I'm going to pull this up. Out of my peroxide. Okay, I'm going to clean it again. Put it in my peroxide. Okay, looks pretty good except for right there on the tip. So let's say I've got just a little bit that this brush isn't reaching. I want to get it from the tip. So I can lay it back in my peroxide. Pick up a pipe cleaner, and notice I'm holding the pipe cleaner well away so I'm not contaminating anything, and if I wanted to, I could just kind of go in. Perfect. So now I'm going to put in my saline, and I'm going to throw that in the trash. Then I'm going to reach in with my sterile hand again. Make sure there's no drippings on there. Tap it in here if you need to help it, and then I'm going to put this back in. And it clips in place. Then I'm going to get my Q-tips. Okay, I've got my 50-50 solution here, and again, clean all the way around with a Q-tip. Okay, so now I've done that. I've got it cleaned all the way around. I'm going to take a Q-tip and take one of these. Actually, I'm going to do this. The way that I do it is I kind of pinch it a little bit and let it fall back over my hand, and then I just kind of lay it where it's spread out like that. Well, now we have to get it up under there. So I take a Q-tip and actually get it. And at this point, you don't have to worry about you still want to be as clean as possible, but you're going to have to use this other hand to get up under there. And we want to feed this under there on one side, and then the other. And because these trachs just aren't real good in these mannequins, it's really hard. So we'll give you some leeway here to get it under there. The big thing is to get it pulled up. Nice and pretty on both sides. Whoever tied this knot on there didn't do me any favors. Okay, and we want everything to be smooth, right? We don't want it to be all wrinkled up. So just take your time. If you can't lean over him, walk to the other side of the bed. Make life good on yourself.
And that hand's still sterile, right?
Pretty much. The only thing I've really touched is him with it, right? I have it with this hand. I touched that.
Okay.
But like I said, we're really concerned about the airway. Most of these people that have these trachs in like this, the wounds aren't fresh. They've already healed. So it's not really, if it's a fresh one, you have to really be concerned. But most of the time they've had the trach in for a while. They may have a trach in for a while. The wound around the stone was already healed. It's more about we don't want to put anything in his airway. Okay, out here on the skin is a different story. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this just a little bit smoother, and you know, because he can't really lay his head back for me, it's hard to do. Okay, so that's how the dressing should look like, and it should be that way. Remember, I had the clean glove and I just pulled it out and wadded it up. Okay, so that's that. Now we have one more thing we have to do, is put a tie on there. Just like he's got. You don't want to take the old tie off until you have the new tie on. But sure as the world, you go to put the new, you take that tie off, and he'll cough or something and dislodge the whole thing. That's why that tie is on there. There are different ways of doing this. Okay. I'm just going to show you how I do it. I like to cut a little slit into it.
I can say.
Okay, so I have a little hole there. So what I do is, you can go up underneath this, you can just slide this knot up, you've got plenty of space, and feed this up in there like that. Like so. And I pull it up where I've got my hole available. Then I'm going to just slide this through the hole, like so. Make myself a nice little slip knot, just like that. Again, you don't want this twisted because it can cause problems with skin. We want it to stay flat, so you may have to pick them up a little bit. You want to feed this underneath their neck. And again, you want it to stay flat. At this point, I'm going to go around to the other side. And I have a lot of slack here, so you can actually, you don't need all of that. So I can, if I wanted to, and I didn't want to work with all this extra, I'm going to cut it, but I cut it at kind of an angle. And again, you can just go up underneath the one you have here. And then I'm going to tie it. Just a half knot is good enough. And you want to tie it where you can get 2 fingers. You don't want it real tight, so you want to be able to get a finger or 2 underneath here, okay? So I've got 2 fingers. Now I can take the old one off. That's actually, now I've got that off, that's too loose, so I'm just going to adjust it. And you people with little fingers will have a lot better time at this than I do. That's it. We're done. Any questions?